At first, it looked like nothing, just laughs, jokes, a cold room. But if you really watched closely, Cam and Mase weren't joking at all. Every laugh, every pause, every side comment was aimed at someone specific, without ever saying a name. And that's what made it dangerous. This wasn't anger. This was two veterans casually reminding everyone who was really there and who wasn't. Within minutes, the internet caught it. The clips started spreading, and one name became the unspoken target. Because when respected figures laugh this calmly, it's usually not a joke, it's a message.
The year has been starting off really great for me, man. I just want to tell everybody thank you for being patient. Us in Revolt was off for a few weeks. Last show was great. I wasn't in the studio. I was on location in Miami. I just want to tell the whole audience and everybody who f***s with us, thank you so much. Larry, you know, it's been chilly in a lot of studios lately, so I got my, pardon me, if I got my hat, my coat on, I was just making sure they had the temperature right in this joint.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer, are you not entertained?
Cam'ron opened the show already smiling, like something had him amused before he even spoke. He thanked the audience for sticking with them, referenced the break and the Miami trips, then casually looked around the room and joked, "Hold on, why does it feel so cold in here?"
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure I was warm enough.
I was wondering why you were so...
Yeah, nah. I don't know what games people playing out here, but the heat been going off in a few joints, so I was making sure I was gonna be warm enough when I got in here today. That smoke in the background right here, that's not from coldness. That's being on fire.
The temperature wasn't the only thing cold in that room because the energy was tense from the jump.
It's cold in here.
You got one of these. I'm not laughing at this. I'm just.
You are. I love you, man.
As you can see, as you know, sometimes when you talk, you can see the smoke coming out your mouth when you inside. Pause. So I just wanted to make sure the temperature was good, but the temperature is good here. Everything is good, man. So I want to start off today's show with a couple things. Last week I said a couple things that I'm not going to deal with, and I didn't finish my list. And I'm not going to finish it every show. I'm just going to say a few things per episode. But I'm going to start this week off and telling people more things.
Moments later, Cam was completely bundled up, coat on, hat pulled tight, acting like he had stepped into a freezer instead of a studio. Mase immediately started laughing, because it was clear this wasn't really about the temperature. Cam kept glancing around and checking the room, saying things like, "I don't know what's going on, but some places just don't feel warm like they used to." The reference didn't need to be explained. Most viewers understood who he was hinting at. Jim Jones, Capo, Joe Kell.
This week I'm starting off with this.
Big L had a name for herself. He had some dangerous ass brothers.
That was Cam said.
They was uptown really shaking and moving and shit like that. You dig? And that's not my part of town. That was uptown. You dig? Yeah, Cam used to be scared to death of them to the point he didn't want to come outside. I didn't understand it because I'm from downtown. You heard? We had our own set of killers and shit like that. I didn't understand how that looked.
So
Cam was a basketball player.
They both.
Basketball. You heard?
Right. That was a skit when y'all was playing basketball, nigga threw the ball and shit. Get up.
That was a skit.
I say these, I think that's a skit, yeah.
Right. He was talented. He was a dancer.
No.
Mase didn't excel at the rapping really to after high school. They started getting on and shit like that, and then he excelled and started getting on first and signed first, and then now help Cam and everybody get on and shit like that. But as far as making a name for themselves in the street, nobody had no name in the street like that.
Murder. How you doing, man?
I'm not his soldier. I was the CEO of Diplomats. I made Diplomats with him. I was with him for every bit of his journey. I held him down. I took that position of holding him down. And they know what I've done. And they could dance around it all they want and like that, joking, but they know if I get upset, it's gonna be a real problem.
What's happening? Oh, man, this is crazy, man.
No matter how you look at it, the jokes were clearly prepared. Cam began talking about seeing smoke in the background, joking that it wasn't from the cold, but because things were heating up elsewhere. Mase laughed, Cam smiled, and the whole exchange felt less like a regular show moment and more like subtle commentary without calling anyone out directly. The jokes kept coming. Cam adjusted his coat again, joking like the heat hadn't been turned on, saying he just wanted to make sure everything in the building was running smoothly. Mase stayed laughing throughout, barely letting Cam finish a sentence before breaking again. Cam then joked about how sometimes you can see smoke when people talk, acting confused and asking whether it was cold or if someone was just feeling pressure.
Crazy, man.
Mase, Cam, bloodshed, all that shit started out my grandma's house. Everybody got signed living with me in my grandma's house, with me, not with them. They was all living with me.
Play too much, man. Oh, shit.
It started with Mase. He didn't do the right thing.
All right. How was your vacation, man? How was your vacation?
How was yours?
What you? Oh, man.
I watched Mase shit on Cam and everybody around him. A bitch, like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard?
Okay. It's just yours.
It's what they want.
Cam and Mase were so-called best friends, grew up together in R.I.P. Huddy. Like I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say is that I wasn't there for every single thing.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen, I'm gonna address a couple things because we've been on vacation and a lot of been talking since I was on vacation.
Cam enemies were my enemies. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should and shit like that. Like, being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like, he was trying his best to make sure that Mase stayed as safe as possible. But Mase had got that money and lost his mind. As he's supposed to, man. He grew up in a kid that doesn't have what most of us had. He was probably more or less fortunate than most of us. Didn't have the sneakers, didn't have all that shit coming up, so.
You are a guardian angel and designer, nigga. What the f is you talking about, man? You are from the Bronx, bro. You are not from Harlem. Why do you keep thinking that you are from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, my nigga. I did not grow up with you. Contrary to what you believe, I did not grow up with you.
I did a lot for them in their life, you heard? Both of them.
Do you remember how we met, nigga? Pause. Not met, how you got cool with us? I want y'all to go Google Cam'ron 1995 freestyle. Yeah, now go Google Mase, Cam'ron, Cardan, DJ Clue. Google Children of the Corn 12-minute freestyle. Google Bloodshed and Cam'ron, Children of the Corn freestyle.
Google it.
Oh yeah, any of these places? No, you was not there, man. You wasn't there.
I was my own boss. I did what I did as a soldier because I was a soldier. I had the soldiers. You didn't tell me nothing. Everybody don't got the mind of a real leader.
This is what happened, how Jomo got cool with us. We were popping. It wasn't no internet. Mase, myself, Big L, Bloodshed, my man Herb McGruff, we were super duper popping in the street prior to the internet. Everybody knew we was about to get a record deal. Everybody knew this. It wasn't no secret. Basically, you heard our freestyles. Yo, man, I heard the freestyles. Y'all killing shit. More freestyles come out. Y'all heard the new you did. I heard the new you did. Yo, you want to come through? Come through. Why? Why are we going to Jomo's house?
I gave them food and shelter when they didn't have it. Not saying they couldn't get it, but they know the situations that they were in. You know what I mean? As school kids. And
so they were in school. They got kicked out, you said?
Both of them got kicked out.
Both of them got kicked out.
I never needed nowhere to stay.
They can't live with me in the projects in my grandmother's house.
So, yeah, I would bring some over there sometime. Little maybe.
Yeah, I paid the rent. I paid for the love rent. That was Mase manager. I was a hustler. I always been a hustler.
You were in the streets.
I know how to make money.
You was a fan, You begged us. You are a fan. A fan.
Yeah, nigga, you a boss and you helped put everything together. This whole started in my grandmother's house.
You were fanned out and you begged us to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in. So you can sit around and act like you've been around all this Harlem shit and everything. You ever see somebody from Harlem try to act like they from Harlem so bad that you got to keep saying, I'm from Harlem?
I'm a Harlem. I am from Harlem.
Niggas from Harlem know who's from Harlem. You don't have to keep saying you from Harlem.
Jim Jones, you don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope, they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
And I believe he's from, you know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood gang. And
we was like, yo, Jomo's a nice guy. Make's like, yo, I think I'll teach him how to rap.
I didn't teach myself how to rap for nothing. I've learned myself how to rap. I've taught my lessons and I taught myself, you dig? And I put myself in this position. Whenever I do my interviews, I'm very real with myself.
Mace actually taught you how to rap, literally. You say it.
That completely sent Mase, because anyone watching already understood the target of the jokes. Cam doubled down by repeating that the smoke wasn't from the temperature, it was because certain situations were clearly heating up.
Mase actually showed me, he was the first person to show me how to rap. Mase helped me learn how to rap. Mase actually sat me down and showed me, Mase taught me how to rap. The magic to rap.
We taught you how to rap. How you ran the whole organization.
I credit a lot to Cam, but I also credit a lot to us because behind closed doors, it was us that put him in that position.
How you made Diplomat? You ain't made none of this stuff. You was a fan. I put you down because you had a free cred and you was a nice guy. That's how you got down originally.
I'm from the real bottom of nothing. I've been traveling on the train since I've been 8 and 9. I've been telling people this for years. Like, I'm a real anomaly. Like, I'm different in New York City. I was a man long before I was supposed to be a man.
What's your full name?
Joseph Guillermo Jones, Jr. Very happy. I'm extremely happy of what I've accomplished, who I've become, what I've overcame, what I have the ability to do.
Now, to the next point. You make up with every that put hands on you. Every that put hands on you and you get to altercation, you cool with them. You tried to chase French Montana out the game, that ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot, not his video shoot, his movie, you're sitting in the crowd watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. You in the movie getting dissed, and you gotta eat it, just sitting in the crowd. Nah, they dissing you in the movie that you went to go see, bro. Every nigga that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when niggas got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern. If they don't put hands on you, then you can keep going on and on and on. And I ain't promoting none of this. I think it's cool that you cool with everybody I name. You gonna be 50 next year. But the niggas who do this, you cool with, and then you try to handle it sophisticatedly, you keep going on and on like niggas give a f about all that shit, bro. Niggas don't care about none of that shit, my nigga. Niggas don't care a little bit, my nigga. That's first and foremost. I'm gonna wrap it up with a couple things real quick. What I'll finish with is this, man. I'm never here to downplay your character. As much as you try to degrade my character for years and push me under the bus and say, I ain't start this and I ain't do that, and you started Pink and you made the Diplomats, which is just, if people choose to believe that, then look, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you to, man. But at the end of the day, man, I'm never trying to downplay your character. But you keep running around with these 25-year-old stories. Do you ever hear me talk about when you ran on me when BMF pulled up? When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. They chased you to the beach, nigga. You was in the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that. took your rags off. I don't pump all that shit, because I ain't trying to degrade your character. You know why? Because the revolution was televised. That's why I'm here.
That's when it became obvious this wasn't random banter. This was Cam and Mase having fun at someone else's expense. No anger, no shouting, just humor, laughs, and slick remarks. Jim Jones, Capo, however you want to spell it, the message landed. The internet caught it instantly. When veteran figures laugh like that, people assume someone is being lightly roasted. From there, the jokes turned into subtle flexes, which made it even more entertaining. Mase started speaking casually, almost like he was reminiscing, but each comment quietly reinforced his point. He reminded viewers that he was truly there during key moments, not visiting, not on the sidelines, but actively present when things were being built from the ground up.
You know, what was your reaction when Cam'ron brought up all these old stories and everything about you?
I laugh, man. I got this thing, man. People laugh at the lies, but the truth always hurt. You know, lies are more entertaining. You heard? You get to laugh, you get the joke, but the truth is a serious thing, no matter how you look at it. The truth is what the truth is.
The revolution was televised. Because you talking about, and I'll wrap it up real quick with this, because I'll be here for an hour, we got other shit to do. Stop tricking out their freedom, bro. Because get around you to put themselves in better situations, bro. Not to be in worse situations than they was before they met you. That's why it's come around, but then you send them on dummy missions and trick them out their freedom. Max is doing 75, I know you don't give a f. Jaja just wanted to be a rapper. Jaja got 10 years, man. We don't know where Jeter at. Stro is just missing. I don't know what the f happened to Stro. Slicey, 12 years. His godson, that was 13 years old, 8 years. Shotty, he was trying to be 12 years. You know what's gangster? Emery is gangster. You know what's gangster? Biggs is gangster. Biggs come home from jail, still got a stake in Rockefeller, whatever him and Jay-Z worked out, that's cool. Or whatever, he got St. John as artist, he working with Drink Champs. That's gangster. Not throwing back in the pot to eventually do something that could get them back in the same situation. This is gonna be the last time I address this. Whatever you got to say after this, good luck, I wish you luck. I got other to do. Dipset movement was from 2001 to 2006-07. It's 2025. What are we talking about here? From 2007 to 2025, I got other to do. This is not on my motherfucking plate. So I wish you all the best. I don't care what niggas say after this. I'm not addressing it no more. Believe what you want to believe, because I got other things to do. You feel me, Murder?
You know, the internet gets kind of crazy with the lies. The lies are going crazy on the internet.
I mean, well, the lies start from a narrative, and the narrative starts from a person, and you just got to look at it like that. But I've never been one in my life to care about clearing up no rumors. Like, that shit just take time out my day from making money. I know who I am. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I stand 10 toes down in everything I believe in. I don't change my pivot, and everybody knows that. I mean, as you can see, I would not be here if I did anything else but be me.
Cam jumps in laughing, adding small remarks that make it clear this isn't really up for debate. No anger, no back and forth, just that calm, we already know what it is tone. Mase keeps it cool too, pointing out how people love to rewrite history years later, but it gets funny when the numbers and timelines don't line up. They both laugh it off like it's nothing serious, but the message still comes through. Cam and Mase are speaking from their own experiences, not guesswork. Meanwhile, Jim Jones, Capo, Jomo, whatever name he's using, doesn't seem to fit into these stories the way he suggested before. It comes across like two people laughing at someone trying to claim a seat to the table they left behind a long time ago. At this point, it didn't even feel like a discussion anymore. It felt more like a stand-up moment.
What you think Cam gonna do? You think he's just gonna sit there and you think he gonna and Jim rhymed first. You know what I mean? Well, actually Cam and 50 said what they were talking about what they said. Jim heard that. He came back and said that. Now motherfucking Cam, what you think Cam gonna do? Cam is a lyricist. He's gonna make you feel any type of stupidity way that's possible. He's gonna say shit to basically kick you in your nuts. You know what I mean? He's gonna rip your heart out. Remember the old school and they was doing electric boogie and they grabbed the nigga by the heart, pulled the heart, and they just had it in their head. I done bit this through it, stomped on this. That's what you gonna hear. It's basically, they was going back and forth. After that, like I said, it went to the money. That's the whole point of the situation. Yeah, you gonna say Jim is from the Bronx, because he know that shit's gonna be a touchy, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to say, if you battling, if you with your girl, if you with your lady, or if you, whoever you choose to be with, put it that way. Not you per se, but just people on earth, whoever you choose to be with. If you arguing with your spouse, or if you arguing with your sister, if you arguing with your brother, they gonna say the that make you wanna fight. You know what I'm saying?
Every comment had Mase laughing harder, while Cam kept stacking jokes like he knew exactly where it was going. No shouting, no ranting, just smooth humor that landed a little too close. They start talking about how some people change their energy as soon as pressure shows up, and Mase can barely finish his sentence without cracking up. Cam nods along, like, you see it too, right? The whole exchange felt like two friends reacting to the same inside joke, and whether intentional or not, Jim ended up being the reference point.
Of course Cam is gonna say he's from the Bronx and all that when he was talking about he was from Harlem and all that, cause that hurt a nigga feelings if a nigga allow it. You dig? So yes, my boy's from the Bronx. Came down, rest in peace from Miss Sally, passed away, rest in peace. And then he got it shaking from there. What's so funny?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know, it's your boy. I gave my time as the time was permitted. As the, you know, the universe said, give her this amount of seconds. Should have been longer. Hey, she know I love her.
Right. No, but hey, to go back, the backtrack a little.
Yo, you a funny.
Yeah. That shit threw me off.
You gotta keep that just like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn, man.
Cam didn't even need to say names directly, but everyone understood who was being implied. Capo, Jomo, Jim Jones, the pattern was easy to catch. One moment confident, the next moment relaxed, then suddenly acting like nothing ever happened. What stood out most was how calm they were about it. When people laugh like that, it's usually not anger, it's disbelief. And the internet picked up on it immediately, turning every laugh into a clip and every joke into a meme.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, I know the whole playing field. So when you hear me making these rants, I always bring it back to a point of reality.
You're aware of the clip.
Yeah, but with these clips, what they do is they take the most vicious piece or the piece that they can make you look the most craziest inside of that viral moment, and then it goes wild, which I'm aware of. That is a great strategy that they started to put into this whole thing. And I seen this is something I'm watching in the recent, like how they clipping and
it's
viral clickbait and all this from just the smallest amount of words that I could say. And that's what created this whole
moment, right?
She's just going crazy right now.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
By the end, Cam and Mase were still laughing, still joking, and clearly unbothered. No heated arguments, no raised voices, just jokes that spoke for themselves. When respected figures handle things that lightly, the internet is going to react its own way. Jim Jones, Capo, Jomo, however people want to label it, the jokes landed and the clips started circulating fast. The moment felt less like real tension and more like two guys enjoying themselves while someone else became a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. Now let me know what you think. Were these just harmless jokes, or did it cross into clear mockery? If you enjoyed the breakdown, support the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it. Thanks for rocking with us.